Radhika from Percept Software Systems. So in the previous tutorials we have learned how to insert the data in database. So now in this tutorial we learn how to update the data and how to edit the data. Right, so we have app.get update data function request comma response. So as we know that request is a body which contains the information about the HTTP request that raise an event, right? So we have variable empid request.query.id. So we are declaring a SQL variable. SQL requires it require and include the external modules. So right, we have var config, and here we are providing the username, the password, the server name, and the database name. And make sure you're providing the real information, and here the information is hidden for security purposes. So we have SQL.connect, so it's the connectivity code as discussed earlier. So we have SQL.connect config comma function error. If we have error in connectivity, we need to get the message error. Right, console.log is for printing purposes, and we have where request equals new SQL.request. So here we are creating an object and we're declaring a variable request. Sorry. So where query equals select star from TBL employee, where empid equals empid. So here we are in this query we are obtaining all the records, right? So we have on basis of empid, so we're using where condition over here. So we have request.query, so this variable will call here query comma function error comma record set. If we have error, then console.log we need to get the message error, else response.render. So response.render is a function which compiles a template. It inserts a local there and it creates an output, HTML output basically, right? So we have update temp, so we'll work on update temp, and its parameters are employees comma record set, right? So it's our parameter. So here update temp is a new JSON file, so we need to add under views folder, we need to add the new item, and we need to add the JSON file as well. So we have update temp, so here is my update temp JSON file. So here's our title. We can give the style to the body, and we can give the heading employee details, and here we need to have the looping each employee and employee. So we have the form action because we need the further actions on that form. So we have update edit data concatenating with the ID, right? So we have update edit data concatenating with the ID, and it will connect with the ID like query string. So we have method post, we can give the table, we can tr td, so we can give the input ID, we can provide the value. So here what's the main motive is we need to have the text box, and we need to have the value in that, the value in our database, right? So we need to get the value as well. So here is our main syntax for getting the value. Employee dot employee, this is a further variable which is accessing the information dot username, and name we are giving the username. Same is the case with password and the phone number, with email and with address, with postcode and with DOB, right? So we have the submit button as well, right? So we have the type submit, and we need to get the value update, right? So it's our JSON file. Through this file we can get the value which is stored in our database, right? So through now further action is through update button we need to have the further action, right? So we have make sure this employees should match with this one, each employee and employee, so make sure it matches, right? So so in order to get its functionality we need to go here, right? So we are getting the message server is running. It means that we don't have any issue in our code. Alright, so our application is running on localhost 1337. So now here we need to go on edit button, and we need to get all the values which is saved in a database, right? So this is our update JSON file which will return all the information. So here we can edit the information, and whenever we click on update button we need to have the further code for that, right? So as soon as we'll click on update button, our information should be updated, right? So we have alright, so here we have a form action update edit data concatenate it with the id, and then now we need to have further app.post. So we need to update, right? So we have app.post update edit data here, so we're calling this function and this action, sorry, and we have function request comma response. Now we're declaring all the variables, username request.body.username. So make sure this name should match with this one, right? So we have update dot where email, phone number, postcode, address, id, right? So we have where SQL, so, and again the same connectivity. So we need to have the connectivity in each and every block. Right, we have config, we need to provide the username, the password, the real one, right? So we have SQL.connect, this is a connectivity code again. So where request, we are creating the object. Then here we need to update, right? So we have app.post, so we have post functionality over here. So we need to provide where query equals update the table name set. So make sure the syntax is right. So we have set username, so it should be inverted, right? So we have username plus password, so password equals password. So make sure syntax should be right over here. So we need to have address equals date of birth equals date of birth, where empid equals empid. So as we are comparing it with the empid, so we need to update the specific record, right? So we have, if we have error, then we need to get the message error, else again the connectivity, and then we need to get all the records, and we need to have a new jade request.query select star from table employee function error comma record set. If we have error, then we need to get message error, else response.render new. So new, we have our new jade file. So again under views folder we need to have the new add new item, then we need to add the jade file. So let me check the new jade file. Right, so we have, it's almost the same, but we just need to get a message that record has been updated successfully. So it's the same jade, we're just adding one more heading to it, that record has been updated successfully in green color. So we have heading again the same, table and td, all the hard-coded names for the columns, and here is a looping in jade file, then tr td, and then for delete and for edit button we have the hyperreference, right? So we have, so right, so we have this. So now further our action, through this action we can have the, we can save the data, right? We have updated. Alright, so now we need to go here. Alright, so we're getting the message the server is running fine, so it means there is no issue in our code again. So here whenever we click on edit button, right, for example we need to change the postcode, so we need to change from 59 to 58, right? So here whenever we click on update button, so our new jade will be called, and we'll get the 58160058 will, now our postcode will be changed. So our main motive is we need to get the data from database here in text box, and we need to have the authority to change it and to update it, right? So main motive is, alright, so when we'll click on update button, so we need to get the postcode changed, right? So we're getting the postcode 160058. So in the same case, whenever we'll change here from 2011 to 2012, so whenever we click on update button, so the information will be saved in database, as well as we'll get the through UI level we'll get the change over here. So we have date of birth is also changed. So basically our main motive is how to get the record updated, deleted, and retrieved, right? So here is a simple code. So it's a simple code to get the data updated. So in the next tutorial we'll work on the search button. So we need to get the record search. So it's also just a simple code where we can search for the username, right? So thank you for watching this video.